So, from the team itself, an excellent idea. I'm introducing Bob Duffy, and he's introducing himself afterwards.
Alrighty.
That was a terrible introduction, Mikkel.
Oh, that was the intro. Okay.
Yes,
yeah,
it was.
Hey, right. My name's Bob. I work as a data architect. Surprise, surprise. I'm an MVP, certified architect, BI Maestro. I've collected certifications and I'm really old. And that's about it. For a living, I do anything to do with data, especially SQL. I love SQL.
Nice, perfect, thanks. So next person, Laura Graham Brown. Who are you?
Hi, I'm also old, but SQL isn't what I do. I do Power BI. I'm probably the MVP here who's not a data MVP because I'm a BizApps MVP because that means I do some Power Platform stuff as well. So I leave all the clever data stuff to other people. I just draw the charts. That's me.
This is when you say you're the business MVP, all those other MVPs go, oh.
Yeah, I know. You do clever stuff with data. I just do
not me.
Code.
Definitely not me. I pretend to.
So,
yeah, tell people that.
Niko, next person. I think you have misspelled your name slightly.
Well, I was just kind of thinking that we have an ugly and a good-looking Bob, but it's not clear who is who, right?
It's quite clear to me who is who. Hi all, my name is Bob Duffy. I'm will the real Bob Duffy please stand up? Oh no, sorry.
Hold on, he's not even an MVP.
Spot the imposter.
Correct. Yeah, I am the.
He's wearing a fake jumper. He isn't an MVP. He's an ex-MVP.
No, hi, my name is Niko, and Bob was so kind to share the link. That's why you see my name is Bob Duffy, because I just got lost in the meetings, and I work for the company some of you like and some of you like very much, which is Microsoft. I'm a senior PM for the Azure SQL product, and yeah, that's about me.
Perfect, Johan.
Yeah, hi, Johan Brattus. I'm not old. It just looks that way. I work as a solution architect or an architect, which means I don't play around with the tech as much as I did before. I just do PowerPoints and pretend to boss around people. And yes, I have a part-time job in December as well. That's me.
As a technical lead somewhere,
yeah,
I guess. Gabi.
Hi there, I'm Gabi. I'm MVP, actually a data platform MVP, but I'm mostly doing business intelligence stuff. So the real data platform MVPs think this is just clicky, draggy, droppy wizards and some such. Yes, exactly. I'm trying to find my way around all the Azure services that are related to all the business intelligence stuff. So Power BI, Azure Synapse and some such. And I'm really happy to be here and see all of you. That's great.
Perfect. So me and Mark hosting this one. I guess that when I looked at our bios, we are pretty much the same. Certified master, I'm a certified trainer, you're a Microsoft MVP, chapter leader, both of us, virtual
That's
chapter leader, good looking. I'm the founder of SQL Saturday Gothenburg, and you?
Cambridge.
Cambridge, more than 20 years of data platform experience.
Yeah, pretty much the same, yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
You're a good few years older than me then, Mikkel. That's probably worth pointing out.
At least 2. Right?
And
that's a lot now.
What we should also say, Mikkel, if there's people joining us for the quiz, which is going to be awesome, then that will be in about 15 to 20 minutes, yes?
Yes.
Is that worth saying?
That's worth saying, and we have prizes.
Yes.
The sad part is that we don't know if the prizes is for winning the quiz or for making good answers or good questions. That's up for decision later.
Cool.
So what do you say? We have some things going on here. We have some companies that want to do more of their business. So I'm thinking I'm just sharing the screen here.
Good.
So this is Sheraton's garbage collection. It's a company that wants to really excel in our trash, and they are building the warehouse of their lives. As you can tell, they have a data warehouse that is already designed by Kimball himself. He sat there, he did the warehouse, he did everything, and they are using both reports.
How old was he when he did it? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, actually he's pretty old now, right?
Yes. So the data size have been growing, and right now it's 50.
Wow.
Bob?
That's big.
It's 50.
50.
Yes.
Each
And-
row?
2 reports.
But for both reports, yes. And
I
the
think
thing is,
we've got to have that data in a data lake, surely.
that is what the CEO is suggesting, because he
Yeah.
was at a seminar and he said that we're going to use Azure, JSON, and something called Spark Bricks. That is what he remembers. And that is the only thing we're going to use. And the reports should be still running from the old server in the basement, on premises, of course. The
Drawn by Christmas
downtime,
elves.
sorry?
Drawn by the Christmas elves that live in the basement.
Yeah. The downtime when moving to the solution is close to none. And of course, the availability after move must be 100% or more.
Wow.
And
That's
also,
available.
Or more.
yes, or more, yes.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Mikhail, is that what high availability is then? When it's
Yes.
greater than 100?
The highest availability. And the thing is that he also discovered AI and things like that. So he wants to see what the cloud tells us about the data, what they should do with the data.
Delete it.
On
So-
He
those
wants to
reports.
run his reports on premise and find out what the cloud tells him about it.
That is correct.
Yeah.
And there is one really important question to ask. What is more important, cool or money? So should we go for the most fancy and most expensive solution, or do we have the good of the client in our mind as well?
What do you mean by expensive? If it's good, it's never expensive. It's all relative.
That's true, but if we might have the choice between 2 or 3 options and one would be more expensive than the other but would be more cool or cooler or more fancy, what would be the choice? Some CEOs say something like, I want the hottest shit in town and I don't care what it costs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Heißer Scheiß, sorry.
Yes.
But since they are moving garbage collection vans and stuff, I think they need cool more than functional.
Desperately.
Of course.
So it is garbage
Definitely.
in, garbage out, right?
Yes.
The garbage data. Okay, yes.
Yeah.
So
There
what do you say? Does this work? What in this make sense at all? Or does anything make sense?
Any
I can tell.
consultant would
Look, you
say.
can tell by Johan's face. He's already got an answer to this question. I can see. Look, he's studied it and he's got a pre-rolled answer now.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, it's natural that they will use SQL Server 2022, where you can use Spark on containers, and they use the same old data warehouse and the box on in their basement, and of course it is still in the cloud.
Yeah. Have a container in the cloud. It's still there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I got a few things I would kind of look at there. Obviously, as a data architect, I'd be really concerned if the CEO is dictating the platform. When I've had that before, where CEO has been on a conference and he's heard a couple of catchwords and he throws them back, I usually nod, yep, and do you want a spinny logo with that? And I build something completely different and tell him that's what it is, right? Because you shouldn't
could
be
make
taking...
sense. Yeah.
Yeah, so a customer should give you requirements and constraints. If they're giving you the technology stack, you're being converted into an employee and not a architect, right? So you want to be careful of those, because after it goes up shit's creek, he's now going to blame you. Who said we should have did it this way? And you're like, you did? And he goes, no, of course I did. And I'm the CEO. It's, that's your job, mate. So I would be very careful of a dictated stack, right? I'd want a little bit more flexibility, and I want to hear requirements from him kind of rather than catchwords as to what he's used, But I like what actually Gabi was saying about how called you on it. There was a great quote by Marco of the SQL BI guys. It's like, if a customer's going to throw all their money out the window, do you try and stop them, or do you run out the house and catch it? I used to be the type of consultant who was very diligent, and I'd save their costs and stop them from making a mistake. And then as I got more kids, I'm now a consultant who runs out the house and catches the money.
So what you're saying basically is that you have a perfectly good server in the basement. It's running a perfect warehouse. We can do some link server stuff up to Synapse or whatever, and do some magic business applications that looks cool, looks fancy, and both of them are good.
Yeah, I think the first thing is, is there anything wrong with the kind of data warehouse? I didn't realize it was data warehouse running on premise. I thought it was just reports, right? But if it's the kind of data warehouse, is it running fine? If all of his data sources are on premise and the data warehouse is on premise and there's nothing wrong with it whatsoever, then it could make a lot of sense to go for a hybrid scenario. So what that means is install your gateway, get your Power BI in the cloud, and you've got your reporting and analytics without spending a cent on building any data warehousing at all in the cloud, but still getting the features of Power BI and the kind of data science stuff that comes with it. So that's what I would try and ascertain is, are we doing any data engineering work, or are we only doing sort of data analytics? I would love to do sort of data engineering. I got a few kids to put through sort of college, but perhaps we can just go with a hybrid scenario if what he's got is working fine, and he just needs the fancy cherry on top reporting and analytics in the cloud.
So let me ask a question, because as an architect, I think the common mistake I make is, for any solution now, is I automatically think, let's move everything up to the cloud. So I rightly or wrongly. So I don't know what other people think, but how would you approach your client from that perspective? Because the cloud is what we really know.
I see
now.
Niko. Managed instance, man.
Yeah, SQL managed instance. So Niko, tell us, why would we want to use SQL managed instance?
Why wouldn't you want to use a managed instance?
Could
it's
it
the ghost of managed instance?
Could it do Spark bricks? Because that's one requirement, isn't it?
It is sparkling, and it has a lot of bricks. Don't worry about that.
But I have an idea for that, because I think, Bob, in your proposal, there was one mistake, because I understood that the reporting should be done on-prem. So we couldn't use Power BI in the service, but we could use Power BI report server. And if we call that server Spark bricks, then we would do Spark bricks on the data.
Yeah. I did actually pick up that requirement, but I actually ignored it. I was going to give him Power BI and go, yeah, that's running on-prem. There is obviously the reporting services with the Power BI hybrid that, you can run on-premise, but who uses that, right?
But I love the suggestion, Gabi. Give the reporting server the name Spark Bricks, and you have fulfilled that requirement. That is perfect. Because obviously the customer doesn't know.
Laura, can I ask? So obviously you're more into business apps, and clearly we're talking about a lot of cloud-based apps here. So in this scenario where you have a heavy on-premise component to it, would this be a problem to you, or how would you go about kind of addressing their business app requirements?
Well, there's a conversation that needs to go on as to how they've coped with people working from home, and how they've coped with people not being on the premises and the data being on premises, and how they're coping with that, and actually find out why they don't like the cloud. If there is a reason to go to the cloud. I mean, I am all for the if it works, don't break it, and if they've got the right things there. But hey, I've got kids to get through uni, so we've got to sell them something.
That's it. Spend some money.
Yes, spend some money, and spend some money on some new things, because hey, then you need some consultants. Yeah, I would go with the what options can we give them, but are going to be added by giving them some sexy power apps and a chatbot and things. Because hey, that'll add people ask questions to the data then by going into a chatbot and finding things. So all the things that we can add to their experience currently, and go from there. So yeah, I would try and find out what they've got against the data going to the cloud, and actually are they up for doing a gateway or the hybrid, or a hybrid solution? I mean, what is there in there that we can actually talk them into moving a bit further forward, and yeah, and I'm also telling them that Power BI is really on premises, just so we can get some slightly more dynamic things going forward, and giving them some simple AI stuff to them.
I don't know whether
we have. I think we have the excellent solution. I think most of us agree that their suggested solution is crap, and we can give them a hybrid solution that would be cool and still use the existing functionality. That meaning it's cheap, but still functionality that they need.
Can
I pose a question?
One elephant in the room there. Sorry, the availability. There's no way they're getting 100% availability out of their server in their basement, man.
That depends on actually what availability is. So if we cache the reports, they are available 4 times an hour when they want to see them.
Or is it? Yeah.
I mean,
That's a great point.
They're available.
Perceived availability.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of systems where our data warehouse has nothing like 100% availability, but our reporting tiers of, farms and load balance, and they're always up, So if they're happy with that, but to make a data warehouse 100% available is almost a dangerous thing to do, because you've then got to do stuff like turn on full sort of login if it's running a sort of a normal sort of DB engine. That has its own sort of payload. Like, it's very hard for me. 99.999% availability is really an OLTP. Is more seen as sort of line of business systems. A data warehouse having that high availability, whoa, not so much.
And Peter asks, they need to patch the window box and the SQL Server, so they can't have 100% uptime on the box. Yeah, that's correct. So we need to do the perceived availability somehow.
I wanted to pose a question to Johan. So commercially, Johan, I mean, obviously the game that you're in, it's a commercial thing, isn't it? You want to, get money from the client and sell as much as possible, sell as many people to the project as possible. How do you deal with that? How do you, from a giving what the customer wants to making as much money perspective, how do you deal with that situation?
Yeah, well, it depends. I do have clients who do not want to go to the cloud at all. Hence my comment about using SQL Server 2022 or 2019 even, because then you get cloud but on-prem. And that still needs a lot of people to set it up and configure it and port the databases and so on. But it's being in a huge consultancy like I am, I can always sell 100 Indian consultants for a tenth of the price. So it's
that's it. Still those consultants. Here's what I think the real spark for the debate is. Assuming that he didn't have the constraint of wanting to run his sort of data warehouse on a sort of premise, right? And he said, no, build us a data warehouse in the cloud. There's so many options on that type of architecture nowadays. That's where it gets interesting. Do you run it on managed instance? Do you put it in a SQL DB? Do you put it in Synapse dedicated pools? Do you put it in serverless? Do you go for Databricks? Do you go for a non-Microsoft product? You know, that's where I think there's like so many options that a lot of modern kind of data architects are nearly getting confused because their heads are spinning so fast.
I've got a question for Niko, which has kind of come into my head, and I wonder, Niko. So let's say this it's not black and white whether we want to migrate into the cloud, which would obviously be a big use case for managed instance. Is there any reason why I, as somebody running SQL Server on premise, might even want to just go into managed instance from a technology perspective? Am I going to be getting some sort of bleeding edge technology that I wouldn't necessarily have on premise?
That's such a juicy question. I mean, I can go for a whole hour doing a marketing talk, and I know you would all be so happy to experience it, right? If you want to be awakened in the middle of the night, guaranteeing 100% availability, if you have already people who are doing this as part of the larger tasks, it's a one possible path. The other possible path is you're tired, you do not want to do the basic old stuff all over again, and you already have a managed services company which does mostly what it patches, it guarantees, it does the failovers when something gets stuck. In this case, you might consider our service, which will take care of these items for you. And it will be the last major upgrade you will ever do, because the current version of managed instance, or Azure SQL DB for that matter, is evergreen. There is no upgrade process for the customer. We do it in the background for you. We guarantee that it is successful.
So there is actually an incentive for the customer to scrap the server in the basement because there are probably lazy reasons for the servers to stay in the basement in the first place.
I think there are always, I do not believe in the future, which will, in a reasonably, timed future, in a couple of decades, that there will be only cloud or only on-premises. There are different paths to achieve a solution. And depending on your concrete situation, you might throw more or less money, and you can achieve the solution with mushrooms, whatsoever.
I would say that statement with cloud or on-premises solutions, and there is always a hybrid or a mix, is a perfect bridge to the next company.
One thing we need to be mindful of, Mikkel, is the time here. So let's limit this one to, should we say 10 minutes for this one?
Yes, because we have discussed a lot of things that is related to this. This is this is a Swedish company. Bad och fart. That means bath and speed, nothing else. So they have approached us, of course, having slight problems and planning things. What is this company with this enormously wonderful name? Well, they're, of course, an adventure water slide park with everything. Hotel, food court, water slides. You can spend a week on premises inside their building and never have to leave their house. So that sounds like a wonderful place. What's the challenge? Well,
sounds
the challenge,
like a modern company.
Yes, but the challenge is They want to use something called Waterbucks as payment, contactless, preferably with cell phones. I see an issue already here with cell phones and water slides, but let's come to that later.
Is that part of blockchain? Is it Waterbucks?
We don't know, because they want to have the concept like that. So the booking purchases of everything. If you want to buy a sausage, you can pre-order the sausage online. You can go on site and buy a sausage contactless, or how you want to do it. They are located. Yes, contactless sausages. So they're located 100 kilometers outside the nearest town. They want to be in Azure, and as always, 0 downtime and no data loss. So what are the challenges in this? What are technology solutions that can assist? They want to be in Azure, but should they be in Azure? Is a hybrid approach good? Laura, yes.
It's a delightful color of blue. Can we just sell them lots of paint? Azure blue? No?
Yeah.
Yeah, right, in swimming pools.
Yeah, go to the swimming pools. Definitely lots of power apps which all work offline, honest.
But how do you keep track of the transactions, the money trail, when you're offline?
On the paper.
Pen and paper and a spreadsheet, yeah.
In the water park.
That's what a water buck is, yeah.
So there's a hole in the bucket. Oh, but it's obviously a blockchain thing here. It's if you lose your phone, you would still have your water bucks in the chain. Nothing lost.
Could we have something else? Considering RFID tags that we connect to our water bucks that we purchased.
In the end, it doesn't really matter which database technology we use, as long as we use AI.
As long as we use AI, yeah.
Yes, if they buy lots of sausages using AI, we're going to predict what rides they're going to go on next. It'll be fine.
Yeah. So this is my kind of sector. So this is actually what I do for a living. So it's
water bucks.
Water parks.
No kind of retail.
Sausages is your sector?
Yeah. A water park point of sale system. So I'm just doing a project in that, right? And kind of motorway service areas as well. I love those, yeah. So I think the key thing is we're not going to be building anything for a line of business application because you're going to want to buy a best of breed. So something like a point of sale vendor, like kind of Micros or something like that, is going to give you 3 options. You're going to have your traditional point of sale that has kind of local storage, and it might do what they call a Z-off at the end of the day. Then you've got your 100% cloud or your thin terminals, which have a cloud-based repository, and then you've got your hybrids that have like a local app that has some offline capability. So it depends on your internet connection. If it's rock solid and it's not using Wi-Fi, then you could go sort of cloud only. Otherwise, you're hybrid. But you're going to buy that, and then you're going to have to consider your replan. So ordering, deliveries, or your event bus stuff. So again, you'd buy a vendor to do the replan, like a middleware app like sort of Crunch Time is a really sort of popular operations management platform. And that'll do all your purchasing, get feeds every 15 minutes on what's been sold, all that sort of stuff. That's what a web do.
Do you have any suggestions about where to go or technologies to avoid in this case?
Well, not really, because when you buy a point of sale, all major point of sale vendors have 2 versions. They have the on-premise version, in which case it's SQL or Oracle or whatever their platform is, and they have a cloud-based version, right? And some of them have a hybrid where you run like in a VM in the cloud. Often when you're evaluating these things, some of them are hosted on AWS and some are hosted in Azure, but I've never seen that taken into a consideration, like, because they kind of buy the platforms based on functionality and then hand it over to like an integration partner like me to kind of make it work, right? Because it's sort of software as a service, which cloud it's in doesn't, I don't think it features, like, you know, sort of personally anyway.
Right. So I don't know, have we got anything more we want to say about this? Anyone else, or shall we attempt to go directly to the quiz? Or does everyone not care?
Let's go quiz.
Let's get to the quiz then. Yeah. Do people want to tweet out a link to the meetup and say we're starting the quiz, and then I can I need to figure out how to do this. So present a live session to an audience over video or in person. That's the one I want. And
I love how concentrated you are on this. Like you haven't rehearsed.
You've never seen this yet. Well, so game options. I'll tell you what. Let's drag this up, and you can all help me with it. So, in fact, I need to share my screen as well, don't I?
Is it the Kahoot?
Bear with me.
IT, right?
Yeah, so if everyone goes to kahoot.it, and I will click on share my screen, and I'll get rid of of that. And so what we're going to go for is classic mode. I think we're happy with everything now. I got these settings done yesterday. So let's click on classic mode. And okay, so you'll see the instructions up here. So hopefully all the speakers as well can be doing this.
Are you sharing your screen, Mark?
Oh, I should be. Can you not see my screen?
I see your head.
Not seeing it yet.
Oh, hold on a second.
It's not your screen.
Let me try again. Screen one. Just try that one. So Kahoot, two more pages, share.
Yay.
Seeing that?
Yes.
And people say that databases are difficult, right? Sorry.
So everyone needs to go to kahoot.it and type the PIN number in, and we should slowly see people coming up. And what I decided, because there's a couple of prizes we've got to give away, and what I decided we could do is we should definitely get a winner, but any non-speaker who's a winner will be eligible for the prize. And what we'll do is ideally unmute them, and then they can just say who they are, or give me some clue that we can use, and then you can email us so that we can send you the voucher. So we'll wait for these to tick up a little bit more, but we'll worry about the winner at the end. And I also have to confess that I did wonder about getting my own children to be involved in this and giving them all the answers so that the Amazon voucher comes back to me. But I decided that wasn't in the spirit of the game.
And your kids should claim the prize.
Well, they get enough as it is. So
they get food every day, like. They should be happy.
That's it. What more can they want?
We're going to wait a bit because we've got 23 people in total, so we want to get kind of closer to that. And if people want to tweet out as well the meetup, and while I'm waiting, I'll do it again myself, and then we'll get going. Give it a couple more minutes tops. People
can I join multiple times? So we reach 23.
So again?
Can I join from multiple browsers? Maybe this way we can reach
Possibly.
23?
Possibly. If it makes you get the right answers, Niko, I'm happy about that.
No, I'll fail anyway, but I'll try, you know.
That would be impressive if you managed to pull that off. Yeah. Who's SQL Clause? That's a great nickname.
That's me.
Is it? Ah, nice.
My GitHub
nice.
account.
Ah, very good. Awesome. That is a superb nickname.
Right, so
we have a lagging question from Joseph. He said regarding the blockchain thing, I think using new tools as blockchain will, of course, divert attention from the actual operation and continuity of the business. I think that's a trade-off we need to consider. Does that statement make sense? Is it blockchain for the sake of blockchains, or can we get use of the blockchain in some way here?
Yeah, but don't forget, Bob is doing this commercially himself, so he's going to try and sell blockchain, isn't he, as a solution?
Oh, blockchain is very fantastic. No, blockchain and cryptocurrency. I think if you were to draw like a Gartner hype curve as to where are they, they're still at the kind of peak of expected inflations, where sort of people are using them for weird and wacky things. I'm not sure they found their true kind of use case yet. That's my personal opinion.
Thomas says that blockchain solves problems we didn't have without it in the first place.
That is not that is a fair statement. Yeah, you're actually. I never realised I needed them, and now I was like, oh man, I need them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I think we've exhausted. There's a couple of people actually on the call that I think are trolling us. So what we need to do, Mikkel, do you want to post that URL and pin into chat for me, please?
Yes.
Just for anyone who joins, because you know we're going to be getting people going, oh, what's the URL and pin? So if you want to do that, and then we'll get started.
Both of me are ready.
Okay, cool.
I actually thought Niko too looked a little bit suspicious.
Why would you say so? Come on.
Okay. So, Mikkel, have you done the chat thing?
Yes.
He did.
It's ready.
Let's go. So.
Boom. Oh. Get ready. I'm going to suck so badly.
So we don't need to see that. So let's get going. So what was it? Community, wasn't it? Community. So what was the hybrid group originally called? Was it the Oracle Virtual Chapter, the Integration Virtual Chapter, the Hybrid Virtual Chapter, or the SQL Virtual Chapter? And this screenshot people shouldn't rely on because this is actually a newer one. So if you do a Google, you get the wrong one anyway. So that's interesting. The answer, of course, is Oracle Virtual Chapter, believe it or not. So yeah, the story was, so no one was doing anything with the Oracle Chapter. I took it over and decided that why in a SQL Server community did we even have an Oracle Chapter, because no one was interested. So we became a hybrid one. So next question. Wow. What happened to pass in 2021? So did we pass the Duchy Pony left-hand side? Did it go bankrupt? Was it sold to Idera, or was it purchased by Redgate?
Oh no, I need to change my mind.
I love it that I can have multiple options. All of them will be wrong. But
I should have marked Duchy Pony left-hand side, but it was in fact purchased by Redgate.
Yeah, I clicked on bankrupt, but it's bankrupt the previous year.
So, well, yes, that's that's technically true. Yeah,
both of them are correct.
Yes, but anyway, let's ignore that.
I mean, can I sue the quiz masters?
Yes, but we don't care.
I love the way. Right, Mikkel, you better carry on doing well, sir, because I'm pretty sure you got some visibility to these, didn't you? I may even ask you to start getting some wrong if you carry on doing well.
Fix.
You don't have to wait for that.
I love the guilty face that you had then, Mikkel, when I called you out. So, which is our most popular video to date? Was it Power BI DevOps for Enterprise Projects by Bob Duffy? Was it Machine Learning in Power BI by Alex Whittles? Was it Introducing Custo by Jens Vestergaard? Or was it Modeling in Power BI by Gabi Münster?
There's only one answer here.
There is only one answer.
They usually
Actually,
and it wasn't you, Bob. So in fairness to the other speakers, they were more recent with their sessions. Jens is actually climbing up. I think he's on 4,000 views now,
Yeah.
I think Gabi, you're doing all right. And Bob, you've done pretty well so far, but you've been quite recent. Alex, believe it or not, has got 14,000 views so far on YouTube, which is pretty darn
Probably
impressive.
used some machine learning, Alex.
He probably did.
in order-
Yeah, actually used a bot to get those likes.
Yeah.
Oh,
I voted
Oh.
for Bob. I voted for
2
Bob.
meter DBA. Is 2 meter DBA someone, one of the speakers, or is it someone in the audience?
In the
I think-
audience, I think.
I think it's someone in the audience. He
Yeah.
is kicking butt.
That's pretty good.
Cool.
So,
I haven't
oh,
got one of
Mikkel, I
these
bet
right
you
yet.
don't even remember, do you?
I have no
Which session
idea.
did Mikkel first join? Infrastructure as Code with John Martin, Battle of Cloud Databases with Johan, Power Query with Laura, or was it the Power BI environment session with Asgear?
the question is he on the left or is he on the right?
Yeah, I'm gonna
That's
say,
the question.
which one's which?
Oh no!
Oh, I
I timed
got
out.
another.
Oh
Oh, time
no! I
out.
was even there.
I got wrong with one of my profiles. That's good.
Right. So there
Don't
you
tell me,
go.
Laura, that you got your own one wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was, I don't know if you remember, Laura, but we had a few technical problems that night, and
Yeah, I'm gonna say,
the-
that's what I remember from that night.
And
I
you-
managed
you
to break
blame
Power
me.
BI.
the
You blame me
irony
all the
was,
time.
well, no, I was going to say, Mikkel, the irony was that it was all Laura's fault. So anyway, let's move on.
Just a comment. Tom in the chat says about the questions on the phone app shows up only multiple boxes, and that's true. Yes, so you have to watch the screen and then click on the app.
Yeah. So, anyway,
Yeah,
2
yeah.
meter is still chomping at the bit there, and we've
It's the
got
reason why I'm wrong, by the way.
Joshko.
Later.
Since
Come on,
I
let's
have
go
2
for it.
profiles, can I get them, joined together?
So, which is the only speaker to present for the hybrid virtual group across
Oh, that's easy.
consecutive sessions? Was it Niko? Was it Lenny? Was it Jen Stirrup? Was it Peter Andre?
Oh no! I accidentally clicked my mouse. I was reading out and I clicked my mouse. Oh.
And it was Lenny Lobel. I don't know if you remember this, Mikkel. In fact, were you with us at the time? I can't remember. You
No.
did a couple of Cosmos DB sessions. I think you joined me actually quite soon after, in fact. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was before my time.
Yeah. So, yeah, the lovely Lenny Lobel. Moving on. Where are we? Wow, Niko 2. Wow.
He's
Where did
Come
it
on.
come from?
Who knows?
How many sessions did we broadcast, including this one in 2021? How many were actually published? So, what do we have? 5 webinars, so 5 and 4, 12 and 10, 21 and 13, or 24 and 20?
Oh, can I do my answer? I want to change it.
Too late.
Oh, come on. I still got time.
When I was testing this yesterday, I actually got the answer wrong myself. So,
Oh.
yes, it was in fact surprisingly
Wow.
21 and 13. Now, I don't know why
21
we're
in
so
a
far-
year. That's pretty good. Yeah.
Yes, we've not done too bad actually. I don't know why we're so behind, but at least we've got Christmas coming up. So-
It's the
Both of
reason
my
why
profiles are wrong. Come on.
Yeah, I chose that one because there were so few published. So yeah, sorry.
No.
So, Wedham. Oh,
Oh.
don't worry, Joshko, you are technically winning because Wedham will be disqualified at the end. So,
That sounds like Formula One.
which
sorry.
country hosted the first ever SQL Saturday? Was it Portugal, Lisbon, the United Kingdom, Cambridge, Ireland, Dublin, or Sweden, Gothenburg? Ooh, what could it be? And it was, of course, the mighty Portugal and Lisbon, which Niko
Yes.
runs. Yeah.
First correct answer, yay!
I got it wrong.
And I'm sure Niko is
Niko,
itching to bore us all
told
to
me.
death
You told
about
me, Niko.
why. But we won't go into that story now, Niko. We'll save it for another time. Moving on. Niko 2. coming up.
Yay!
Again, don't worry, Joshko. You are technically winning. Right, this round is Azure Icons round.
Oh, lovely,
So
lovely.
which Azure service belongs to the graphic? Pay attention and get ready. Here we go. Name the Azure service. So is this icon load balancer, mesh, arc, or key vault? Ooh, difficult one.
No, it's not.
Interesting.
It's none
What
of
could it
them,
be?
actually. It's a fifth option.
Okay.
It's the swimming pool arc, the Azure bit that goes water park.
Yeah. And it is arc. Amazingly, 9 people got that right. I think I would have gone for load balancer, to be honest, but there we go. So where are we at? Niko 2 storming ahead, and Niko 3. Nikos. So Ed is technically winning now, and Joshko is a close second.
Oh, come on.
Okay, so we move on. Name is your service. Right, what's this? Is it quantum, mesh, grid, or graph? I was going to do fishing net as an option, but thought that was a bit too obvious.
Football goal.
As your fishing net, there you go. That's the next project.
No, it's a football goal.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
amazing,
Oh.
11 people got it wrong on mesh. Yeah, so quantum, I would have got that wrong myself.
What is quantum? I didn't even know there was a service called quantum. I thought it
It's
was
a
a TV
service.
series.
It's a service that's sometimes there and sometimes it's not.
That's what most of us are, no?
I'm not saying anything.
And you never know until you're looking, isn't it?
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah. Until you lift the lid up, yeah. Okay, so Wedham is climbing up again. Ed, you are technically winning. Well done. Name is your service. Right, what's this? Is it Cassandra, Purview, Lens, or Telescope?
Oh, I got it wrong. I was too fast. Can I undo this?
No.
Oh, come on.
You've only got 2 accounts, Niko.
It's Niko I. Niko.
Okay. And Purview, yeah.
I
Interesting.
put lens.
I think it does look a little bit like Cassandra as well, which is why I whacked Cassandra
Yes.
in there. So let's move on. Who've we got? Oh, Peter S. Well done. You are second. Technically first, and Ed, you are technically second. Name is your service. Now, is this Event Hubs, Container Instances, Service Fabric, or Kubernetes? Or the Purple Box service?
No,
Oh, this is.
that comes from Doctor Who.
Yeah, definitely Doctor Who.
It should be blue if it's TARDIS, no?
It's the Azure Doctor. Oh,
So,
God.
yeah. So my trick question there was container instances, because they definitely look like containers, but it is, of course, Kubernetes.
Yeah, I hate you.
And where are we now? So SQL clause, is that anyone on this call? I don't think it is it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
yeah.
it is.
It's
Okay, so
Johan.
Peter, you are technically winning now.
Not technically.
Technically. Well, not technically, you are winning.
Oh, come on.
What's this? Laura, if you get this one wrong, Laura, then you have to leave the call. Power BI, Power Automate, Power Apps, or Power Drill?
It's a fish.
Power fish.
Power fish.
Baby shark.
It is, of course, Power Apps.
Oh my God, I got that wrong. I put Power.
Oh, no. Power Automate's blue, Bob.
Oh, blue and purple. They kind of look similar, man.
Well, if you're colorblind, yeah. Okay,
And
so
10% of people are. Just reminder.
is 2 meter DBA one of us, or is that
No, that's
No,
still somebody else.
Yeah.
cool? So you are technically winning.
Okay, now I am going to win this. I'm sure.
Right, this one's
Oh.
easy. Is it management groups, logic apps, event hubs, or event grid?
That's
This is
Azure
easy
Kubernetes lemon squeezy.
I don't think that's an Azure service, actually, Niko.
What,
Well,
lemon
It
squeezy?
is.
Well, we can split hairs.
But
So
lemon
obviously,
squeezy.
logic apps. And my trick question there was management groups because I thought it looked sort of a little bit icon-y like groups. If I was a
Maybe
graphic
you need to
designer,
start
that's what I'd
using
do. But-
Azure.
Oh wow, Ed is climbing to technically first place. And Johan, you're doing pretty well from the speakers. So I think what we'll do is we'll crown a speaker champion and an audience champion. The audience champion is our real champion.
My
What we got now?
PowerPoint skills are paying off finally.
So this next round is general knowledge. So you're all going to get a lot of these wrong,
God.
except Gabi and Niko.
Oh,
What does the German word Sehnsucht mean? If you're a
What is
Rammstein
the
fan,
word?
you'll know this. Is it sweet sugar? This quiz really sucks. Absolutely or longing?
Can you pronounce the word again?
I looked at the
Sehnsucht.
attendee list. There are a lot of German attendees here, so
All right.
Bob Duffy is
Sehnsucht.
one of them, right?
Gabi, can you tell me if I'm saying that right? Sehnsucht.
pretty good.
I've got to
Pretty
do it
good.
more angry, haven't I? Sehnsucht.
Yeah, definitely.
There we go.
that's his German accent.
Yeah.
He's just angry.
That is impressive. So 13.
Angry
you got it
Birds.
correct. That is pretty good. And Ed is still up there.
Wait to DBA a second.
True or false? Orangutan males can be attracted to women with red hair. True or false?
Of course it can.
Anything
That's-
can, can't it? Anything can.
Precisely.
Yeah. The question should have been, do red-headed women get attracted to orangutans? And the answer, surprisingly, is true.
Mm.
There is a few documented instances of this happening.
What, of the women being attracted to the orangutans?
Well, I don't know. My
I'm
wife
pretty sure
was,
that's
wasn't she?
illegal. I'm pretty sure that gets you in prison if you're not careful.
Possibly,
But looking
possibly.
at some couples I saw in my life,
So 2
Oh,
meter
Gabi,
DBA,
that's
you are
not
winning,
polite.
I believe. Okay. What does the Celtic word bunbris mean? And I've said that wrong. Bunions on your feet, a torn
I've
but
just got one of my
wearable
kids.
pair of trousers, lots of
What does
rabbits,
that mean?
mistletoe and wine.
Bunions.
I've got one of my kids who's not helping me at all.
And it is
Oh.
a torn but wearable pair of trousers. If you ever go to Dublin High Street on Saturday lunchtime, you'll see lots of examples of this. Let's swiftly move on before Bob hits me. So no real change there. True or false? Does a starfish turn its stomach inside out to feed? True or false?
Or true or false.
It's
The
one
question
or the
is
other.
to feed who?
No, why do we have just two options? Why isn't there a no? I'm just wondering.
It depends. True.
Ah.
This is a classic. Why would he ask this stupid question if it was false? There we go.
was
Well,
thinking
because
that.
it's Mark, I don't know.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
think
there was
about
that. So Ed, you're climbing there. And moving swiftly on. What is the capital city of Venezuela? I would give you a clue. If you've ever watched the film Gregory's Girl, you'll know the answer to this question. Is it
Can I Google?
Bogota? Is it Caracas? Is it Najama? Is it Cayenne? Right, so it is of course Caracas. So in Gregory's Girl they say there's a very big women to man ratio in Caracas. So if you're an ugly duckling like myself, we know where to go to get a wife. So let's move swiftly on. Wedham is climbing. So I think 2 meter DBA is still technically winning. Which is the second tallest building in the world? Is it Merdeka 118, Lotte World Tower, Empire State Building, or Burj Khalifa? And that is the building in question on that photo.
Oh,
Yeah.
if I can undo, because I've just realised that is not the Empire State Building.
So it is Merdeka 118, according to the Wikipedia page that I looked at. Whether it's accurate or not, I have no idea. 2 meter DBA, you're still up there.
Oh, Niko is flying along. Are you just randomly hitting buttons as fast as you can, Niko?
Something like that. So what is the fastest car in the world? Is it a McLaren Speedtail, a Koenigsegg Gera R, a Bugatti Chiron, or an SSC Tutara? I'm sure I've said those things correctly.
Actually, it depends.
Who drives
That's yes. Oh, both wrong. God.
Wow, only 2 people got that right.
Tuatara. I have never heard about this car.
I
I'm
thought
really
it was a
happy to know.
guitar.
Yeah, you and me both. So no real change there, apart from Laura climbing up now. The technology round. So I expect
Oh,
right
now
answers
it's
from
Okay,
everybody in the audience. This is where it really gets serious.
now we're talking.
What pool type isn't part of Synapse Analytics? Spark, Dedicated SQL, .NET, or Serverless SQL?
It's the Java pool. Java the Hutt.
Paddling pool.
Unicorn pool.
Yay!
Actually, I have a great picture with the unicorn inside the pool. Anyway.
Anyway,
Stop
we
being
digress,
professional.
Nico. So, of course,
Yeah.
.NET is not a pool type.
That's
And Ed,
embarrassing.
you're climbing, and 2 meter DBA, you're keeping your place. That's impressive. What is Parquet?
Boy.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Is it a data format? Is it a type of sport? Is it a type of coat? Or is it something you celebrate? So I'm going to have my parquet tonight.
You missed the flooring.
Oh,
Laura, would you like to come to my parquet?
Of course, darling.
Excellent.
Mark, can I have a glass of parquet?
I thought thought it was a type of goat.
So, all right. So we did get a couple of wrong answers. You must wear your Hall of Shame hats, I'm afraid. Let's move swiftly on. Okay, things stay roughly the same. Which of these isn't a Cosmos DB API? Is it MongoDB? Is it Gremlin? Is it Cassandra? Or is it Coraline?
Why do you have only the toughest question? It means like people have to know what Azure offers.
This is an easy question.
No, it's not.
It is. It is.
It's
Come
not.
on, 13 people got that right,
Oh, come on.
I'm
Proof of my
assuming
part.
Niko wasn't one of them.
including you, Niko.
Oh,
Right.
I'm so shocked. Both of me, actually.
Bobby's trawling us. That's what he's doing. Right, so 2 meter DBA. Well done. You are still in the race.
Right, so
What extension of Azure PostgreSQL provides horizontal query scaling? Is it Citrix? Is it Cybernetics? Is it Citus? Or is it Citrus?
Oh, gosh. I clicked too fast. I hate you, man. I clicked too fast.
Where the lambs?
You just
And
changed
we
one
had a second
letter.
on this.
Oh, I hate you.
9 people must have attended because that is a correct answer.
Of course, it's Citus. I read the green one as Citus. No, for really, not kidding this time.
What virtualization company did Microsoft purchase in 2003, which was the precursor to Hyper-V? This is one of my favorite questions because I remember it happening at the time. I remember saying they bought the wrong virtualization company because VMware was the rival at the time.
No idea, quite honestly.
I guessed.
I
Lots
know
of guessing
two
tonight.
of the answers that are not, but...
And
Oh,
it
got
is
right.
Connectix. So I think it's called Connectix Desktop, which then became Virtual PC. Right, so moving on. I've got now. Ed is climbing back up again. Come on, Ed, you can do it. And 2 meter DBA is leading the audience pack. What is a data lake? We should have 100% here. A place for electronic fish, a special type of database service, separation of storage from compute, or is made of data ponds. And apologies here, Johan, I'm sure you're not 100% happy with the correct answer here, but it is what it is.
I selected the wrong answer. Yeah.
So it is a separation of storage from compute. Well, it's really...
I disagree with this answer.
Go on, tell me. Why do you disagree?
Because
you went for storage ponds, didn't you, Niko? You're that one
no,
person.
it is a database service in a way. It's
really,
separate.
is it?
No,
It
it's
is.
not. It's just storage.
No,
man.
it's not.
Excel is
Storage.
also a database. Come on, everything
Right.
is a database.
Yeah.
Precisely.
Yes.
Well, if that's the case, then my file server's a database as well.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it
Yes.
is.
Yep.
Yes,
Fair
it
enough.
is.
All right, I stand corrected. Right, let's move on.
It is what it is. Yeah.
Right, so we've got Timmy to DBA and Ed are competing now. Databricks this is easy, we had this as in
Ooh.
promotion. A house built of data, only for smarty pants, a data analytics platform, or it's a very naughty boy. I did say that, I do say
That's nice.
Mikkel wanted me to choose a incorrect answer here as the answer, but I couldn't do that. But it would have been funny. And yes, of course, it's a data analytics platform.
He wanted to choose the only for smarty pants, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
What of these does not provide Power BI premium capacity? Embedded, premium by user, premium capacity, advanced premium. Laura's looking confused.
I'm always confused.
We've got the power. Da-na-na-na.
And it is, of course, the wrong answer is advanced premium. I made it up, but you never know. It might be on its way. Although if it is on its way, that's a total guess by myself, Microsoft, and I have not broken
They'll never name
NDA
it.
by that.
They'll never name it that simple a name,
No.
let's be honest.
No, no.
Okay.
Premium
That's way too
advanced.
Platinum.
And the word
platinum,
data flow will
that'll
be
be
in there
good, yeah.
somewhere.
Advanced
Yeah.
premium platinum. Yeah, that's a good
That'd be
name.
awesome.
Almost premium.
Oh, hot streak.
Oh, wow,
Yeah,
Bob, well
Bob.
done.
Bob, what are you doing?
Yo!
Yay.
But we're big
He's
shout
got
out
the
to
power.
Ed. Eddie's doing really well here. Dataverse is a service formerly known as Prince,
How many names? You didn't put enough names
Data
in.
Lake, Datadog, Common
Forgot the
Data
other-
Service. Remember, this was a squiggle, wasn't it? After this name, it became a squiggle.
I don't know what a Dataverse is.
Join the club.
Oh, it's Power Apps. Okay.
Yeah, it's power.
CDS.
It's
Okay.
it's well, keep
So, Laura, you've done a
so if
section
it
on
was a
that, haven't you?
CDS, oh God. Okay.
Okay, so Ed, you're still there.
Oh,
What's this say? So what fundamental setting transitions Azure Blob Storage to Data Lake Storage Gen 2? Is it the minimum TLS version to 1.2, performance premium setting, enable hierarchical namespace, or enable network file system? So Niko may make you sway towards one answer there by his ludicrous comment about Data Lake being a database system and my file server being a database system. Anyway, stop
would have
rambling,
guessed?
Mark. Stop rambling. It is, of course, hierarchical namespace.
why is it of course?
It's, of course, if you've done it recently. So
Oh, come on.
what
What do
Azure
you mean by
Service is a
done?
low-code AI development platform for intelligent control systems. Is it Project Bonsai? Is it the Phoenix Project? Is it Microsoft Project? Or is it Project Red Dog? Bob knows the
Some
answer
great
to
questions,
this.
mate.
I can tell Bob knows the answer to this.
No, I'm pretty sure I got it wrong. Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
I picked the Phoenix Project, and I realized, oh no,
Oh, Bob.
that's a
Me
book.
too. Yeah,
Yes, of
exactly.
course.
The Phoenix Project. Yeah.
That's why
Okay.
everyone's done it. Okay. So Project Red Dog, interestingly enough, because I had to look this up, was the original project name for what? Does anyone know?
Yeah,
Azure.
it's for the VMs. And that's actually why every VM today has a prefix of RD if you look at the host name.
Oh, right. So I thought it was like Niko said,
Azure.
Azure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was Azure, yeah. Not
I know
Asia, but Azure.
Yeah, whatever.
Well,
Actually, I know
think
a guy.
I
Go
think
ahead.
in version 1, they only had the VMs. So they
Right,
had...
okay. Oh, I see.
so
Yeah.
it was kind of the same thing at that point.
Yeah, got you. Anyway, Bob, according to Wikipedia, I'm going to stick with mine and Niko's answer on that one. Right, so Ed, well done.
Ooh.
Oh, he gets that one
Timing.
right and goes up.
You know, yeah. So I think Johan, Ed is kind of on the cusp, isn't he, of your bag at very least. So Bob and Ed, we do have an Azure bag that's also on offer here, as well as the 2020.
Oh, I
round
love
voucher.
Christmas.
So Christmas round. So this is the final round, guys. There's 5 questions, I believe, to ask.
Oh.
What does that say, Bob? Do you know?
Nolag Sean, I didn't know. I'm
Correct.
an Englishman who's living in Ireland.
Okay,
I know,
fair
yeah.
enough. Right, so are we all ready?
Yay!
Yay.
Everyone's tired and wants to go home. Right,
Do it.
okay. When Ross can't find a Santa outfit in time for Christmas and Friends, what does he dress up as to impress his son? Is it an elf? Is it the Grinch? Is it a penguin? Or is it an armadillo?
I need vacations. Really.
Tell me it's not the Grinch.
It is.
I want it to be.
Oh, no, it isn't
Oh
the
my
Grinch.
goodness!
No,
I
it's
thought
not.
I'd given that
An
away by me
armadillo.
laughing.
An
So it was
armadillo.
yeah, it's something like I forget the full name of it. Something like the seasonal armadillo or something. Anyway, who got
Not
that
the
one
second
right?
lobster then.
Okay, so
Nobody.
whoever got that right was is off the leaderboard right now. Miracle on 34th Street centers around which department store?
Ooh.
Is it Walmart? Is it Macy's? Is it Harrods? Or is it Spencer's?
I know that one.
Is it the same in all 3 versions?
There are 3 versions.
I don't know. I must admit,
I've seen
Nick, I
2.
did wonder that. Yeah, I
It's
did worry
definitely
about that.
Walmart. It's so much Walmart.
So I thought it might be Harrods. And it is, of course, Macy's. Well done, Ed. True or false? The song Silent Night originated from the Austrian song Still Nacht, Heilige Nacht.
Heilige Nacht.
All right, fair enough.
No, Mark, you have to sing it.
True. Still Nacht.
No, please, no.
Heilige Nacht.
Oh, my ears. Oh, no. That's not
Mark,
good.
please stop it. It's Christmas time. Kids are sleeping.
True. Well done. Oh,
Oh, Miss
Eddie's hanging in
Sunshine got
there.
that wrong. Oh.
Yeah, Bob's going for a late flourish here. Got 2 more questions. So come on, Gabi. Don't let Bob beat you here.
Gabi, really?
The Portuguese call Father Christmas Natal de May or Mai. True or false?
Can you sing this?
Natal de May. No. Children,
You
what
know-
are Natal? Yeah, so it was false because that. Well, I kind of made it up, but it should mean Mother Christmas. Is that right, Niko? It was meant to mean that.
No, it's even worse. And it sounds like you would accuse somebody to be a son of a mother. But anyway, let's carry on.
Right, swiftly moving on. Right, so this you son of a mother. Right.
Yes.
Okay.
No, you can say it in Portuguese, but it precisely, it's a extremely polite form of saying the other thing. So
See,
you got it.
that actually explains a lot, because whenever I go to Portugal, I think people hate me, and that explains why. Anyway, so final
We love
question.
you so much.
Think is, so Bob, so Ed, you're still technically winning, I believe. Johan, you're sequel clause, aren't you?
Yep.
Okay, so you could be the speaker champion here. True or false? Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Oh.
Depends on who you're asking, I guess.
It does
No.
not depend on anyone.
It depends on the quizmaster.
No, it's not. It does not depend on a Christmas master. There is a universal truth about it.
At least
Uh-huh.
Die Hard 1 and 2.
I think-
that's correct answer.
So I also think the one in the airport as well is a Christmas movie.
Yes, that's
Oh,
Die
got
Hard 2.
snow. Yeah,
The
so
second.
you got snow in there. Yeah,
Love
yeah.
it.
So
No, it doesn't make a Christmas movie.
the podium. Gabi, third place. Hopefully we'll get the other places, because we and Johan won that one. So who are the audience? Do we get the others? Runners up, 2 meter. Bob, no, 2 meter DBA is audience, aren't you? So can we,
If you
Mikkel,
check your
can we,
reports, Mark, report
Yeah,
from
but-
this run in the side of the dashboard, you can find out who are the non-speakers who won.
but the
So
problem
who
is,
is the 2 meter
we're going to
DBA?
need to get them to speak up, aren't we? So,
Right in the chat.
oh yeah, right in the chat.
Oh, yeah,
that's a good
that's-
point. This is where this all
right
falls
thing.
down, isn't it? And we also want, what I'm going to do is drag this off, because I'm going to try and see if I can look at all the other places. I don't know what I'm going to see here.
Everybody's congratulating Rights.
Yeah, 2 meter DBA.
Right, so what we need to do here, who was the person that was also, was it Ed?
Was it?
Was it who's
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay? So should we give Ed the bag, and we could actually leave this to
Yeah, they
spectators.
This is the bag. So it's a very nice little Azure bag. It's quite cool, actually. Or it's not this one. This is mine. You won't get that one. But I'll.
So
Yeah, leave your laptop in,
right-
Johan.
Right, you can talk if you want to. Hello, congratulations.
I'm really happy.
Yay! So what we'll
Congratulations.
need you to do is we will if you can ping us an email and through the can we do it through the meetup group, Mikkel? I think we have got an email address there, haven't we?
You should have a message box at least.
Yeah. So ping a message, put a message on the meetup group. So say, oh, by the way, I'm the guy that won, and then we'll get in touch with you. And what do you want to have? Do you want the bag, or do you want the £20 sterling Amazon voucher?
I'll go for the Amazon voucher. And so I really wanted Johan's bag.
Okay, that's fine. So you want the bag? Cool. Oh, Ed wants the bag as well.
Yeah, that's
No,
what I
but
said.
Ed wanted the bag.
If he really wants it. It's okay.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. So Ed, I think you followed me on Twitter, don't you? So just DM me your email address.
Ed
was
is
being
in here.
sarcastic about you saying it wasn't your bag. That I
Oh,
was
you
gonna
wanted
get.
my
That's
bag
what I
and
was
not the other
saying.
one. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, no.
And by the way, I should have won because it is not a Christmas movie.
Yay.
It
Yay!
definitely is.
It
Because,
is.
Definitely is not.
because
There-
in the end, the family is coming
Please.
together each and every time. It's all about Christmas spirit.
And it snows at the
Yes,
end as well.
Yes.
Snows
And
at
it's
the
a
end.
happy end.
yes.
And they play
The
Christmas
terrorists
Carol.
are dead.
My granddaughter loves Hop, and they come together at the end. Does that make it a Christmas movie? I mean,
Yes.
come on.
It's a Christmas party there, bank. There is.
It's about the family. Come on.
Yeah. So anyway, for you two, so Riser, you want the bag then, do you? And Ed, you'll be okay with the cash, will you?
I can take over the cash as well if you want. No, I don't.
So all right, well, that's what's going to happen unless you guys tell me otherwise. And all right, shall we now go to the final part of this session, and we will do a rundown of what our speakers want for Christmas, technically from Santa. So should we start with Johan? What do you want, Johan, to see?
I want serverless SQL pools with caching.
Ooh.
Serverless SQL serverless pools?
Yeah, the Synapse SQL pools.
Oh.
Okay.
With
So why do you want that? Is it just because you want to see a big improvement in performance?
Yeah, I want to see serverless pools as a viable option for warehousing.
Okay, good stuff. So should we go to Bob next?
Similar, but I want an even bigger present. I want the vNext of SQL pools, so that we can stop getting our butt kicked by Databricks.
Yes. I think I know where you're coming from on that one. So okay, we have to be careful about that one, don't we? Okay.
Well,
swiftly move.
At some point in the future, a vNext will hopefully be here of kind of SQL pools, because it's been a long time, man.
It is. Well, I personally, I think Synapse is not doing a bad job, but we could have definite improvements there. With Databricks SQL, it's kind of up the ante a little bit. Right, let's quickly move on to Gabi before I put my foot in it.
I would like for Power BI report level measures to understand dynamic format strings from calculation groups.
Hey, yes, I second that.
For us non-Power BI people, my head is just about to explode.
But it sounds good. It sounds good.
It does sound good. Whatever it is, it sounds good.
It's something I found out, and that which is really blocking us following the guidelines for best practice enterprise reporting with Power BI, because it's really allowing us not to following the best practices, and so that's why I want it.
Cool. Mr.
Laura.
Niko.
Okay, Niko first.
Oh, sorry, no, you go for it. Mikkel, you see us to the end now.
Yeah, Laura, what's your wish list?
I'm gonna stick with the Power BI theme, and I want source control, proper easy source control.
Yes.
On Power BI reports.
With diff and
second that.
merge and everything.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
How many seconds do you get, Bob? Just
3.
1, 2,
Okay.
3.
I have your 3 seconds then. My wish list is to have a portable Azure. I would like to have a downloadable Azure stack so I can run it on my laptop.
So you
I
can
don't
have
second
Azure in
that.
that basement.
Azure
Yeah.
Arc.
Oh, yeah. Server in my basement would suffice. Yes.
Azure Arc.
But it has so ridiculous requirements. A lot of CPUs and a lot of disk.
I'm sure if you had something that was capable of running the whole of Azure, it would have even more ridiculous requirements, right?
Yes, but it's for Santa to make my computer go that fast.
You can buy.
Yes.
So it's a
So really-
2-in-1 wish.
So really, you just want a very powerful computer that could run Azure. So
Yes.
that's really your request.
Why don't
Mikkel,
you
can I-
build a Raspberry Pi cluster? And
Was
Don't
that
think
your
about it.
wish? To get 1 million Raspberry Pis?
yes,
Mikkel, I've
One
just had an
good
idea of
million.
what I want. Mikhail,
What do you want,
can
Mark?
I have a present? So
Yes.
could I please have a new version of Windows that runs on my 5-year-old laptop, please?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can wish that. Yes.
Okay. That's what I'm asking Santa for anyway.
And Niko, final wish. That sounded like the wish of doom, right? I didn't mean it that way.
Yeah, but I need to think. I'll be very traditional. World peace.
It's not technical, so you need to go again.
It's
Meh.
it's extremely technical, my friend.
Meh.
We live in the times when this one is a freaking technical.
It's
Fair enough.
it's a politically correct answer. We appreciate that. Jen Stirrup on the callers seconded. Is that a seconded for Mark's wish for a laptop that's kind of powerful enough to run Azure?
Well, that was Mickey's. It's the 5-year-old laptop with Windows
Yeah.
on it. Mm.
Oh, yeah, the old version of Windows on old laptops. Yeah.
Mm.
I thought
Yeah, that's
Jen
the
was an Apple fan. Aren't you, Jen?
Maybe a 5-year-old Apple.
Well, Jenny owns her own
With
company,
Windows?
doesn't she? So she can run whatever she wants.
Yes, to
Yeah.
Apple as
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
Yeah. So get Windows to run on a 5-year-old Apple.
Yeah.
Oh, as some of the audience have got their wish list up there.
Yes. 5-axis CNC router and auto suspend on Azure Synapse as default.
Yes. And auto resume as well as auto suspend, right? There's no point having one without the other, right?
Yes, I would second those two. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
spent my seconds.
If you've ever actually worked with Snowflake, it's a bit sad going back to Synapse that way, yes.
Yeah.
I would also suggest
Wow,
with
that hurts.
Synapse serverless. I want Synapse serverless that you don't have to select any capacity for.
Right.
It's kind of not serverless, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a merging of SQL DB and pools so that it was all one SKU and you could just slide up or out.
Yeah, that'd be good, wouldn't it?
We can dream on for hours, but I think we better wrap it up when
I think
we're ahead.
Jen just posted the most hard question of all, clear Microsoft licensing.
Oh,
I
that
think
was what I was
ridiculous.
fearing.
yeah, I think that is even more unrealistic than Word.
Yeah, actually. It'd be world peace first and clear Microsoft licensing second, right, Gabi?
Oh, I love you all so much.
Yeah, Niko's looking really angry at us as bad-mouthing Microsoft now.
No, it's basically you
He's
are
making
all
notes. Right.
Oh,
Yeah, goes in the naughty list.
I'm Santa Claus comes from Saint Nicholas in Germany, so not to least.
Dear Mr. Gates, Mark said bad words.
All right.
Right, Mikhail.
Cool. Yes, I think we're
Thomas,
closing to the end.
Sorry, Thomas is going for other depths like Microsoft keeping product names consistent or Microsoft Teams discussing product names before they start them or something like that. That's all very, very complicated.
Or stop
and very
recycling
polite.
old product names.
Before we all get in trouble.
Yeah.
Wait for that. Anyway.
So, but do you know when we're back? Anybody knows when we start?
Not even I know, Mikhail.
You don't know?
Well, you have told me. I just wasn't listening.
Oh, but it's still every other week. So every 2 weeks.
Yep.
And we have Christmas, we have New Year's, we have a bunch of other
Carnival.
stuff. So 26th of January is the week where we'll be back.
Oh,
And
sounds good.
the session is still undisclosed. We have no idea what it is, and
Yeah, but
you
I
have
guess
to
if
keep
if
yourself
people are interested
updated.
and have their own ideas and get in touch and let us know what you want to see. So
Yes.
that just leaves me to thank everybody that's joined us and thank you speakers. You're all amazing. and goodbye from the UK.
Tack och hej from Sweden.
And so we've got to have them in your language of choice. So Johan.
God jul och tack från Norge.
And poke my home from Ireland.
Sayonara baby from Niko.
I know.
Frohe Weihnachten aus Deutschland. Sorry.
What was yours, Laura?
I just said Happy Christmas. I'm
Oh,
Brit.
right. Yeah,
I don't know any other languages. Come on.
Cheers, guys.
Perfect.
Cheers, Mikkel.
Bye.
It's been a pleasure.
All right,
Thank
happy
you for
Christmas
having
to
us.
everyone here.
Cheers.
See you, folks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.